got the Gita there in that corner. We're having the and English. We got the Gita there in that corner. We're having the and English. We can take any and then we can start.
वेट इसको उठाना पड़ेगा कल.
Hare Krishna.
शरण प्रभु जमुनी देवी हरे कृष्णा. Yeah, my better. समय पर तो है भी प्रभु उसके. हाँ है भी.
Hare Krishna. So, like we start all sessions, we'll start this session as well with the Mangalacharan prayers. These are gratitude prayers at the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita. They're on the first page of introduction. Uh, we do two things while reciting these prayers. We remember, acknowledge, accept, and appreciate the contribution of the whole line of acharyas, the line of teachers, because of whom we have this knowledge without any contortions, corruptions, or deviations, and it has been given to us as a absolute reference, the absolute source of the absolute truth. Without the scriptures, the knowledge of the scriptures, actually, we'll be very lost in this world, because how do we know what is truth? In that truth, how do we know what is absolute truth? There might be relative truths. Your truth might be different from my truth. Your truth and my truth might be different. So, how do we differentiate any of this and actually understand what is the absolute truth? So, ये सब के लिए scripture is very important. A gold standard जिससे हम refer कर सकें कि this is what the absolute truth is. Otherwise, anybody can say. Just imagine, someone tells you, how many of you have been to space here? How many of you have been to space? It is possible in today's world, so I'm just asking that question, just in case. Have you been to space, any of you? No, right? If someone tells you that this world is round or is spherical, how do you believe them? How do you believe them? How do you believe them?
The picture which has been taken from.
I'll show you very nice picture, flat Earth. Very nice picture. I'll show you full HD. I'll show you. Especially in today's AI age, I can create image of anything. Very nice image I can create. Yeah. We study it, and then there are some explanations which we pretend to understand, and we see कि हाँ ठीक है ये calculation है, revolve होता है, revolutions होती हैं, resolutions होती हैं, earth का, sun का, all of that. So we have some kind of faith, and then we go ahead with that. But I'm just saying that there is a need of scripture for anything and everything, by the way. After that, there is experimentation on it according to whatever experiment is given. That is called science, right? Just like that, for the material world, there is some kind of knowledge. We all have knowledge that how does this flower have smell in it? How does light come into this bulb? We all know. If we want to know, we'll all have some literature, some person to refer to, right? But if you have anybody, right, to if you ask anybody about the spirit, Anybody can say anything about it. In fact, especially in India, everybody thinks they know something about spirituality. They'll be like, this is how it is. This is how it is, right? Now, how do you validate that? You need literature for that. You need authority for that, right? And that was very, very scarce in nature, especially the ones that are giving you real full detail of it, right? To give us that without to give us that without cheating us. For scripture ke naam pe, I can sell you anything. I can make my own scripture, right? I can make my own scripture. I'll write something and I'll say, actually, this is the Gita. This is my Gita, right? People say that. There are books available out there in the world, in the libraries, in the bookstores of the world, titled My Gita, by the way, right? How do you know which one is true, which one is not? So it's very rare. अगर कुछ हमें इस तरीके का कुछ मिला है, तो it's very, very rare. So for that we thank them. That is the first thing. Hari Guru Vaishnava ko we thank. And secondly, uh, now that we have gotten access to such rare knowledge, do we have the courage and strength? Do we have it in us to really accept it? Because it will challenge my current conception of how life works, who I am, what should my goals be, who is God, what is God, is God there? All of this will be challenged because all of us carry some kind of preconceived notion about all of it. And absolute truth will challenge it. If it is not challenging us, that means we already knew absolute truth. If we already knew absolute truth, I don't think we'll be roaming around doing the things that we're doing. You understand what I'm trying to say? If we don't know it, we will be challenged somewhere or the other. Now, do we have it in us whenever we are challenged? That will we still keep faith, and will I say, no, I need course correction? It is not the Bhagavad Gita that needs a text correction. It is me who needs course correction. Will I have the courage to say that? Will I have the courage to accept it? Will I have the courage to try and apply it in my life? Right? So for that, we ask for strength from the same disciplic succession, the line of Acharyas, Hari Guru Vaishnava से हम आध्यात्मिक बल भी मांगते हैं कि हम इसको अपने जीवन में उतार भी पाएं. With these two thoughts, with this mood and consciousness, we will all recite the Mangalacharan prayers together. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरहो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च. श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी भानुसुते देवी मामी हरि प्रिये. पांचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. We pay our obeisances and respects to ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, because of whom we have all this knowledge, not just correct in essence, but also in a very practical, applicable presentation without diluting the message of the Gita. Not just the knowledge of it, but a practical ecosystem globally through which we can, if anybody wants to apply the Gita in their life, they have a support system, they have access to it. Doesn't matter where they are from, doesn't matter what language they speak, doesn't matter which situation they are in, any corner of the world, and is because of one person, and that is Srila Prabhupada, and subsequently his disciples as well. So for that, we thank him by saying his pranam mantra. We also thank our spiritual masters for enabling us to do this service. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki. So in this journey of the Gita, where were we? Yeah, 45 onward we have to start. Yeah. It's okay. We'll start. Those two verses are similar. He's ending that section of prayers, and now he'll be starting to ask for something. So 18. How many chapters of the Gita? 18 chapters. How many sections? Thematic sections? 1 to 6, 7 to 12, and 13 to 18. In this particular thing, the first six chapters the first six chapters focus on something called karma yoga, actions. Second section on bhakti yoga, and the last section on jnana yoga. Why does he do that? Because in the first six chapters he teaches us how to live well. Then he teaches us that having a good life is not enough. You need to have love in your life. That is what really brings us happiness, and how to perfect that love is something that he tells us in the second chapters, by connecting with him in love, in devotion. And the last one is letting go of our preconceived notions, our our previous conditionings, so that this highest knowledge that he has given here, that can be really applied in our lives. This is the whole structure of the Gita. Now we are right here, right now, at the 11th chapter, right? He's told us about Bhakti Yoga. He's told us about all the कर्म कांड से लेके कर्म योग, अष्टांग योग, ज्ञान योग, सब कुछ बता दिया भगवान ने, right? And he's not just said it, but now he's shown Arjun also. He's told Arjun that how in this whole world, पूरे world का जो source है वो भगवान खुद है. He's shown it to him in the Virat Rupa, right? That is what we are on right now, chapter number 11, which is universal form. How do we remember the four sections of chapter? R, U, P, A. R stands for request by Arjun. Arjun requested Sri Krishna that please show me this universal form of yours. There are multiple reasons why he's asked him this. One is because he's a devotee. A devotee relishes it to see all kinds of forms of the Lord, right? For example, if our father or mother or whatever, his parent is a if our parent is a army agent or whatever, right? A commando in the army, and we love that person at home. We love that person at home, right? At home, obviously, they're not carrying around machine guns and blazing and just throwing grenades at home. They're not doing that. They're doing that at their workplace, right? But at home, they're very loving, as fathers or mothers are. They like that, right? But does the child relish to hear the stories of the warfield? They love it, because this person is my father. I love to hear what they do at their work. Keep hearing it again and again. But the other side might not be true, by the way. A person who's there, who really admires me for my my heroics or my tactical knowledge on the warfield, right? उसको मैं बताऊं कि पता है घर पे ना मैं ये सब नहीं पहनता, घर पे मैं बनियान में घूमता हूँ, घर पे मैं to hear about God in all forms. But a person who specifically likes God in one form, but अभी वो who specifically likes God in one form, but अभी वो सोर्स तक नहीं पहुंचा है, उल्टा शायद ट्रू ना हो. Is this okay to understand? Yeah, ठीक है. I see a frown. You have a question? Original घर पे, banyan is original घर पे. That's how we all are. We all like to be in banyan. Really, truly, we all like to be in banyan. But because Instagram has taught us so much aesthetics and this and that, like, ठीक है यार, अब we'll wear this. आजकल, we wear this, whatever. But ultimately speaking, we're like, nahi, I really like to be in that torn one t-shirt, whatever that I have. That is my comfort zone. Really, right? So that is Krishna. Like he in Vrindavan, in Braj, he doesn't even have shoes. He is the Lord of the whole universe. He doesn't even have shoes. He doesn't want to wear shoes. Like, no, I मुझे ऐसे ही comfortable है. Like, doesn't wear helmets and doesn't wear armor. He doesn't wear all of that. He's Vanamali. You understand Vanamali? One का जो वन में जो भी सारे चीजें मिलते हैं उनके माला बना के, that's what he doesn't wear war paint, or he wears whatever minerals, जो गोप सखा है वो अगर आपको पता है तो जंगल में ना आप अलग अलग मिनरल्स से कलर बना सकते हो, कलर. सो उसके वो फेस पेंट लगाते हैं जस्ट फॉर डेकोरेशन. अगर आप मंदिर पे भी जाओ तो नेपथ्य जिसको बोलते हैं, दैट इज व्हेन ही इज इन ब्रज. Is that okay to understand? That's how he likes it. He likes it simple like that, right? So, but Arjun has asked, has requested to see his universal form. Usko dekhne ke liye Krishna gives him that vision and then shows him the universal form. We've talked about it, that how the universal form has these elements of it being immeasurable, effulgent, all encompassing, beyond time, and the last element that he shows is Kala Rupa, time as the ultimate destroyer, right? And he later on focuses just on this, just on the Kala Rupa, right? He shows how on this particular battlefield, just anyway in time, he's destroying everything. But even in this particular battlefield, he is going to destroy everyone who's there except these 5 Pandavas. He's going to destroy all of them. And then he showed us such a gruesome part of it, right? Very extreme vision. हम तो ऐसा बोल रहे हैं, but we don't know really what actual vision happened there, right? And it was an extremely horrible, gruesome vision that Arjun saw, because this part of him, आप ऐसा देखो कि इस दुनिया में जो भी चीजें आती हैं वो सब भगवान से आती हैं, by the way. Something beautiful is, if you see something beautiful in this world, just think about the most beautiful thing that you've seen in this world, right? That is just like a spark, like a very small fraction में नहीं बोल सकते, coming from whom? Creation है ना, तो creation का creator है, creator has to have more than the creation. Is that okay to understand? तो अगर ब्यूटीफुल भगवान से आ रहा है तो मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल कौन होंगे? भगवान होंगे. बट इन दिस वर्ल्ड अगर आपने सबसे हॉरिबल चीज कोई देखी है, आई मीन आई डोंट नो horrible thing, but once I was going in the car, someone met like a homeless person on the road. Someone had उनको उड़ा दिया था, like गाड़ी से उड़ा दिया था. And I'm not kidding, थोड़ा ये PG-13 है, but उनके bits of his brains we saw on the road, right? I'm not even kidding, like, but it's a very gruesome sight. It's one of the most gruesome sights that I had ever seen, right? So, and people were just figuring out what to do now. क्या करें, right? Now just imagine something is gruesome, that is also coming from it has to come from the Lord, because it can't come from anywhere else, by the way. has to come from the Lord. The facilitation of that has to come from someone else did it, but for it to existence में लाने के लिए, it has to come from the Lord. Now just imagine, कोई ऐसी gruesome चीज देख के हम, all of you, I just told you, you haven't even seen it and you all made such a noise about it. The most beautiful भी कृष्ण है, लेकिन the most gruesome भी कृष्ण ही है. gruesome में भी perfection उन्हीं का है. किसी में भी perfection, अगर वो gruesome होना चाहते हैं तो he can be the most gruesome, nobody can beat him at it. Is that okay to understand? Now that is what Arjun has seen. Just that. मैंने तो एक चीज बोली आपको, वहां क्या बोल रहे थे कि उत्तम अंगम चूर्णम, like that's what he said, कि सबके जो सर हैं वो उनके दांत में क्रश हो रहे हैं. That is the scene that he is seeing, right? That is Kala Rupa. Now after seeing this, पहले तो वो अद्भुत रस में गए, he went into awe and reverence, then he went into Bhayanak ras. Bhayanak ras means he got terrified. I don't want to see this. Then he started doing prayers of Arjun. And now we're ending that section. He's going to now say that, please, enough of this, come back to your armed form. Right? Come back into your armed form. Please show me your armed form back again. Is it okay to understand? ये वाला section आज हम पढ़ेंगे, most probably because thematically it's mostly the same. Right? तो हम hopefully इसको खत्म करेंगे इसको आज 11th chapter को. But before we get into the verses, I want to go into what are we going to talk about in the verses, right? A question to all of you. After death, where do you want to go? Generally speaking, nobody thinks about this, right? Go मतलब क्या? Where do you want to go? मतलब इसका क्या मतलब होता है? I'm dead. Where do you want to go का क्या मतलब? I'm dead. If you ask me today, where do I want to go? I can have an answer for it. But when you ask me after dying, where do you want to go? You will not have an answer for it. I mean, I don't know where I go. I'll be like, I have no idea. That is something. And first of all, nobody thinks about it. कि इसका सोचने का क्या फायदा? पहले जी लेते हैं ना, फिर मरने का सोचेंगे. Right? That is one misconception. Second misconception is that I don't even have any control over what will happen to me after death. That is the second misconception. We'll talk about it, right? Yeah.
But it can आया ना, surety नहीं.
What is it dependent on? Then you have full control, no? Full control है.
जो पिछले करके है वो.
I don't care. You still have control, no? Full control is yours. Is that okay to understand? Your future destination is based upon your current desire and your action. That is what is. अगर इतन सब कुछ तो दे दिया, सारा कंट्रोल तो आपके हाथ में. Last desire, but your last desire, for example, if full life you have desired for butterscotch ice cream, you desired for cars, you desired for house, you desired for बच्चों की शादी. Last desire can't be, oh Lord, I want to serve your feet. Can't be that. Your last desire is accumulation of this only.
Can last desire be sometimes mercy and the last minute?
Of course it can be. Mercy is causeless. Mercy is causeless. But do we want to rely on that? कि भगवान मैं देखो बदमाश हूं, मैं हूं बदमाश, मैं करूंगा बदमाशी, आप मेरे पे एंड पे कृपा कर देना. Actually that is not कृपा at all. अगर if you think about it, वो कृपा है ही नहीं. कृपा तो वही है जो हमारे साथ अभी हो रही है, by the way. तो ये सारी डिजायर, मेरी असली डिजायर तो ये है ना, सारी असली डिजायर यही सारी है. तो लास्ट में मुझे इसलिए वो सारी चीजें याद आती है, बिकॉज दैट इज द काइंड ऑफ पर्सन आई एम. दीज आर माई डिजायर्स. एंड में आके इफ कृष्णा says, no, you actually come here, you come here, right? Whereas all our desires really needed us to go here. That is kidnapping. That is not kripa. Kripa is अभी जो हो रहा है वो एक्चुअली कृपा है.
लास्ट मिनट पे किसी को वैष्णव की कृपा मिली,
वैष्णव की कृपा मिली तो एक्चुअली वो प्यूरिफाई हो जाएगा. नथिंग इज मैजिक. अगर मेरी कॉन्शियसनेस प्यूरिफाई तब भी नहीं हुई, मेरी कॉन्शियसनेस में यही डिजायर्स हैं, वैष्णव की कृपा के बावजूद मेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Because that'll still be kidnapping, that'll still be forcing a soul from their natural desire to go away from something. That is violence. कृपा थोड़ी है, ये तो वायलेंस है. कृपा इज, वैष्णव की कृपा भी क्या है कि एंड में आके वो कुछ बता दे और उसकी आप बात मान लो. बात मान लो. हाँ, मानना हमें पड़ेगा. मानना एंड में भी मानना हमें पड़ेगा. विदुर के साथ, विदुर ने धृतराष्ट्र के साथ यही तो किया. Full life he did only bad things. Only bad things. Full life, what did he think about? Only the crown on his head and on the head of his sons. Even after sons died, he is not leaving. He is not leaving it. Vidur came as his brother. Vidur came and then he's like, don't you have any shame? Vidur is a Mahatma, by the way. Vidur is a devotee. Comes, he didn't have to come. He could have gone. He had retired. He could have just gone. ये तो ऐसा ही है मेरा भाई. इनफैक्ट इतने इंसल्ट किए हैं विदुर को भी. दुर्योधन ने, शकुनी ने, धृतराष्ट्र ने has done so many insults to him full life, has ignored his counsel full life, yet in the last moment he still comes for one last try and tells him this is actually Vaishnav Kripa. And at that time Dhritarashtra agrees. He agrees and then he comes with it. And that's the reason why he also perfects his life at the end. Even Dhritarashtra, blind not just by the eyes, the epitome example of ignorance, he also gets perfected. This is Krishna, this is actually Vaishnav Kripa. But manna usko bhi pada. Manna padega. You understood what I'm trying to say? Yeah. I was trying to ask the point that where do you want to go in life? From the lifetime that we start, we've never asked this question to ourselves, never thought about it, never planned for it. But this is the reason why we have a human life. The only reason why we have a human life is because in an animal life, you have no choice. In an animal life, what life you will get next? You have no choice because you're in a queue. You understand queue? Yeah, 84 lakh, for 84 lakh species के आप क्यों में लगे हो? One consciousness to another, you have to keep going progressively like that. You have no choice. But in a human life, you have a choice. That where do you want to go next? You can either go down or you can go up. Now, what does up mean? Down we understand. What does down mean? What does down mean? Yeah, don't even think hellish planets, hell and all that, because you basically have to think non-human. Non-human. It can be insect, it can be bird, it can be tree, whatever, amoeba, whatever you want. The world is your oyster. You can do anything. Actually, we think, I wish I had a genie kachirag, and like I wish I can, all my wishes are coming true. This world, whatever we are right now, this is my wish that is coming true. Really, it is my wish that is. It's just that I don't know what, my wishes are foolish in nature. I don't know what to wish for. Hence, I am thinking, काश ऐसा हो. यार मेरा ना पेट ही भर जाता है, मन नहीं भरता. You understand? मेरा पेट भर जाता है, मन नहीं भरता. भगवान, अरे बेचारा मन नहीं भर रहा है इसका, और खाना चाहता है, चलो यार हाथी बना दो इसको. No, really, कृपा. Hedonistic, that's the right word. It's not a punishment, by the way. It's कि इसमें desire है, इसको कर लेने दो, try. और एक try. Human में वापस आया, okay. Now what do you want to do? You want to try again? You want to try again? We say yes. If we don't say yes, why are we doing the same things that animals do? Right? So when you come to human life, you have to decide, educate yourself that where do you want to go, right? The Bhagavad Gita has already told us that there are many places to go, right? We are at the earthly planets right now. You can go to Pitralok. You understand Pitralok? Yeah, lots of enjoyment is there in Pitralok. There is, you can go to Swargalok, right? You can go to the Tapalok, Janalok, Maharlok. You can go to Brahmalok. You can go all these lokas, by the way. Or you can, if you want to become some animal, you can do all that also. Anything and everything is possible, right? What do you want to do? Tell me, and the Vedas will tell you what to do for that. You want to become Indra? Here you go. You want to become some demigod? Here you go. You want to go to the moon? Here you go. You want to become some superhuman? You want to get some magic powers? Here you go. I'm not kidding. Everything is given the Vedas. This is the reason why Vedic literature is 99% materialistic, because all these things are materialistic. If you want to have healing powers, here you go. If you want that I can travel from here to some other planet, here you go. There are examples in the Shastras where rishis have the power to create separate planets. Once, I think it was Kashyap Muni. Kashyap Muni, he didn't have these desires. But because he has done so much sadhana, वो power है उनमें. But he's not using it because he doesn't want it. But उनके साधना का by product उनको ये सिद्धि मिली हुई है. But he's not using it. He's living some jungle, right? And a princess, Devahuti is a big princess, okay, from a very big gharana. She has come to this Muni as a wife. And it is described in that she is just serving Kashyap Muni without complaining. मुझे ये चाहिए. Some कोई वो कुटिया में रह रहे हैं, इतने बड़े घराने की बेटी, and रहने वाली महलों की, and some place they're staying. She's serving. Kashyap Muni is full on in his sadhana. She's serving. He is doing duty as husband. She is doing duty as wife. Duty is happening. One day, Kashyap Muni sees her and actually notices her. Up tak, duty, okay, come, go. But one day he notices her and he sees कि पूरी physically she's fully सूख गई, जिसको बोलते हैं ना सूखना. Because austere जगह पे पता नहीं उसको आदत है नहीं है, वैसा हो गया उसका हालत. He feels bad for her. He says, no, you know what? I'll give her enjoyment. What can your husband maximum gift में anniversary में क्या दे सकते हैं आपको? क्या देते हैं? देते हैं ना मटेरियल. क्या मैक्सिमम मटेरियल बताओ मुझे. मैक्सिमम क्या हो सकता है? ज्वेलरी हो गया, घर हो गया, क्लोथ्स हो गए. You know what Kashyap Muni gave Devati? Full planet he made. Full planet with multiple mahal, this, that, everything, सब कुछ. Fully serviced planet. Full 100% serviced planet दे दिया. एंड उसमें बैठ के उनको घुमा रहे हैं कि आप देखो मैं तुम्हें वर्ल्ड टूर करवाता हूं प्लैनेट पे बैठ के. राइट? बिग प्लैनेट पे बैठ के वर्ल्ड टूर करवाया, सब कुछ करवाया उनको. This was the siddhis that if you hear this, what will you think? यार मैं ऐसे ही केपीएमजी डेलोइट में जाके इतना मेहनत कर रहा हूँ, क्या देगा मुझे वो? 4 BHK से 5 बना देगा ना पूरी लाइफ टाइम में, और क्या करेगा? और कुछ तो नहीं करेगा, राइट? इतना मेहनत में थोड़ा मुनि वुनि बन जाता हूँ. I'll get it. That is intelligence. Even if you want material happiness, that is actual intelligence. No, really. Otherwise, आप जितना मेहनत कर रहे हो उसका रिजल्ट बहुत कम है. ROI is very bad. Very bad ROI. Materially also, we are actually doing very gada mazduri things. But because सब कोई कर रहे हैं, हमको दिख ही नहीं रहा वो. Because everybody is doing that, right? Back to the point. Where do you want to go? What do you want as the next destination is very important. Is that okay to understand? Why am I telling you this in this particular chapter? Is because at the end, when he asks for the armed form of Krishna, we'll know the highest destination, the highest desire जो एक soul की होनी चाहिए, maximum limit that exists, वो actually क्या है? कि वो actually क्या है क्या? That is something that we will see. Are you ready to see that? Yeah? Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yes. Vandana Mataji, have you ever felt like you changed someone's karma? You've just enabled it, right? Facilitated and enabled what is supposed to happen. Yeah. Anybody, healer is a healer. Whatever maybe they do it with machines and chemicals, someone else does it with some vibrations. That's all. Healer is healer. Pranic healer, can they guarantee anything? Guarantee कि तुम बच जाओगे, मैं तुम्हें 100% बचा दूंगा. Can anybody guarantee? No healer can. No. Healer is healer. Modus operandi is different, but healer is healer. If someone is going to die, nobody can save them. You can't give them even one moment. I was reading about like smallest of things. For example, stent डलवाना है किसी ने हार्ट में, stent डलवाना है. If you really do research on it, you'll see, and this is true for all medical procedures, by the way, that you can be best at one, diagnosing what the problem is. Second, you can be best at trying the solution, best solution, right? You can put the stent in the best way possible. But after that, you wait. You see if the body accepts it or rejects it. The best of doctors. Am I wrong on this, Mataji? Yeah? I was amazed and I was marveling at this. कि the best we can do is ये बेस्ट चीज है जो हम कर सकते हैं. आफ्टर दैट बॉडी के ऊपर है, और हम बॉडी बोल रहे हैं, बट बॉडी क्या है? बॉडी थोड़ी कुछ कर रही है. आफ्टर दैट इट इज कर्मा ओनली. Someone has to die, they will die. Someone has to get some kind of pain, they will get that pain. You can't avoid karma. Karma is absolutely it is non-forgiving. Yes, please, Mansi.
For example, there is somebody who has been a failure, and that patient is a candidate for the renal transplant. So what the doctor can do is find a suitable donor, find somebody who is completely compatible. That means your organ are constantly will be compatible with that patient. So after the person best कर दिया, there is a surgeon who has done the best organ retrieval, best connection. Okay, the blood flow is perfectly established, everything is there. but the functioning of that kidney does not equate to all that. It's amazing that despite everything going perfectly to the T, you have done it, and yet the body has rejected it. And on the other hand, a lot of times you don't get an appropriate donor. It's usually a family member. Sometimes the wife says, I will give. They may not even be compatible. Unka blood group be compatible nahi hoga, and the kidney works. So there is no explanation to it.
That's why one of the doctors, I fail to recall, it's on an interview with television, he says कि मैं करता हूँ लेकिन कैसे होता है
Yeah,
मुझे नहीं मालूम.
yeah,
He says कि there's somebody higher
yeah.
than me.
You see, yeah, it's not hocus pocus. It's that the science is in understanding all of these things of how how to do it the best way possible. But at the end result is not explicable like in a very black and white way. It's not explicable like that, and that relates to your karma. Is that okay to understand? Can I move ahead? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You said a sentence that पितृलोक के अंदर भी आनंद है.
Yeah.
Two lines.
So many lokas are there. Out of this, Pitralok is also one of the lokas. Actually, it is a dark. In fact, जो हमारे नीचे के जो 6 हैं, all of them are subsequent, progressively darker. But if you अगर हम भागवतम explains वहाँ पे क्या होता है, just as an overview it gives. तो अगर आप देखो hellish planets, they called hellish planets. But if you hear about them, आपको मन कर जाएगा जाने का, right? They say कि actually वहाँ पे they live more opulently than us, by the way. They have huge palaces, parks, जो walls हैं वो gemstone से बनी हैं. They have really good things happening there, materially speaking. Why is it dark? It's dark because your access to the Lord is less. Dark in the sense of knowledge, dark in the sense of access to spiritual knowledge. That's how it's dark. It's in the mode of ignorance. आपको materially enjoy करना, करते रहो. Your bodies are in tamasic, your या तो आप नागलोक में हो, asuric bodies हैं, which are made to really enjoy tamasic चीजें. But your access to the Lord is very low. That is the reason why ये जो middle planet है जहाँ पे हम हैं, it's equipoised. It's actually very nicely placed to do spirituality. This is the reason why even the demigods, they say they want to come here, because यहाँ पे enjoyment बहुत ज़्यादा है, वहाँ पे enjoyment बहुत ज़्यादा है. That आपको the demigods, devatas, actually they know the Lord, they've seen the Lord, yet they're not getting liberated. They have to come down here again. Why? Because they're in too much happiness, not even happiness, sorry, too much enjoyment, a lot of power, material desire. उनका material desires बहुत सारे हैं. They're actually karma mishrita bhaktas. Even if they're bhaktas, they're karma mishrita. उसमें कर्म actions बहुत ज़्यादा mixed हैं. So in that sense, they can have the darshan of the Lord sometimes if the Lord wants, because they are direct servants of the Lord. But they'll not go back to the Lord. They have to come back down.
Should be satisfied that okay, if I'm dying and if I have to get back here to the future.
Yeah. It's okay. There's one condition. You can come back anywhere. There's one condition. Be with devotees. Be with devotees. That's all. If you're with devotees, Prabhupada's servant, personal servant, his name is Shyam Sundar Prabhu. He in his 70, 80 now age now, right? Back then he was in his 20s. So वो Prabhupada से मिले थे तब. But उससे just पहले actually obviously all of them are hippies. So they used to deal in a lot of drugs and take a lot of drugs and this and that, right? So when Prabhupada se mile, their life fully changed and they became devotees. बट कोई केस था जो सब उस जिससे पहले का लाइफ का उनका केस था, तो वो पकड़ा गया. सो श्याम सुंदर प्रभु एंड मालती माता जी बोथ husband wife, both of them at that time they were girlfriend boyfriend. Prabhupada got them married, so husband wife. The police said no, we've caught that case of yours. They said but we don't do any of that now, but doesn't matter. You used to do that, crime was done, you're caught, hence you have to do your time. So they went to Prabhupada ki, and it was something like 10 years or something, by the way. 10 years ऐसा कुछ का sentence था, right? Just imagine, you just became devotees, आपने सब कुछ छोड़ा, you shaved up, you took diksha of this Indian Swami in the 70s in New York, right? And after that पुलिस ने आके पकड़ के आपको 10 साल किस में डाल दिया, जेल सेंटेंस हो गई आपको. कोई मेरे ऐसा होता तो ये भक्ति वक्ति कुछ नहीं है, ये भक्ति करने से मेरा लक खराब हो जाता है. जब मैं ड्रग्स ले रहा था तब तो डेन में डाला नहीं. I started doing bhakti, my karma changed. Anybody can think like that, right? They didn't. Came to Prabhupada and Prabhupada को बताया कि हमारी सेंटेंस हुई है 10 साल की, right? Guess what Prabhupada said? Prabhupada said 10 years in the jail. Okay, go there and do and chant Hare Krishna. What's there? Go there and chant Hare Krishna. And they were happy. They once Prabhupada said that, they were happy. They're like, "Ha, acha, we are supposed to be doing this. We are in the right where we're supposed to be." Went to jail, started doing Hare Krishna incessantly, got relieved 6 months. 6 months. 10-year sentence. How many months? The real story. 6 months got relieved. How? The relieving officer is angry while signing the paper. The relieving officer is angry while signing the paper, saying, "I have no idea why I'm relieving you." Person is saying it. I have no idea why I'm relieving you, but there are some higher order that has come. They knew which higher, kahan, kitna higher order aaya hai. But just imagine, 6 months got left. But 6 months happily did Hare Krishna inside. Devotees के साथ रहने का फायदा ये है कि doesn't matter where you are, you'll still be doing bhakti only. It's like Goloka only. Wherever you are, you're Goloka only. Real story. But actually हमको ये सब fantastical लगेगा, हमको लगेगा मैं तो नहीं कर पाऊंगा ये. But because we don't have that much faith, they had full faith on Prabhupada. Full faith. The Prabhupada said, "You go there and do Hare Krishna, order. I'll happily do Hare Krishna." But we can come back to Mrityulaka condition. We have to be with devotees. That should be our prayer. Yeah. Yes.
So would Prabhupada would have come back again to Mrityuloka to join up the
Who knows? Actually, we don't know the ways of the Lord. If he's ordered to come, he'll come. If not, someone else will come. But we don't know the ways of the Lord. But yeah, there's a possibility for that as well. If he's come once, he can come twice. Yes, Mansi. Yeah. The lowermost is Patal. No, he's not in this 14 planetary systems. In this whole material universe, there's a separate planet called Shvetadvip. It's a separate planet. It's not in this hierarchy. Sorry? Golok is not in this material world. That is outside. No, that's in the spiritual world. Yeah. All this is material world only. Yeah. Okay.
Brahmlok is also material.
Yes, Brahmlok is also material world. Highest planet in this material world. But material world. Yes.
Let's say somebody died, but they don't have that purified desire inside.
ठीक है. Yeah.
It is not fully purified. But outside them, we could, like we put Hare Krishna, Kirtan,
Yeah.
everything, serving prasadam and everything. But from the inside, it's not as.
We'll get a chance next time again to continue from wherever they are. We'll get a chance. No, you have to have that. I mean, I can say it right now. First of all, I can't guarantee it, right? मैं कैसे guarantee कर सकता? I am nobody to guarantee that. But technically speaking, if you don't have the fully purified consciousness, then you're placed in a place where you can purify it. You're placed in a situation. Yes, Andy. That's something in the room that is going on.
So, if somehow someone has that, sympathy or something is there that he has got that environment,
Yeah.
like if the chanting is going on, so that is also something very special. It's not an ordinary thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, like we should think about कि progress हो रहा है कि नहीं. गोलोक जाएंगे, गोलोक जाना हमारा गोल नहीं है, गोलोक जाने का डिजायर रखना गोल है. जाएंगे नहीं जाएंगे doesn't matter. I have to progress, and that progress, if that situation is happening at that time, progress will 100% happen. Yes.
Should we aspire to be with the
Devotees.
To be with the devotees is to be with Prabhupada.
Yeah.
But should we aspire to be with the devotees or where Prabhupada is? We try to recall
With the devotees. Devotees, yeah. विद प्रभुपद क्या करेंगे, लाइक डिवोटीज के साथ रहना बस. प्रभुपद होंगे तो सही, नहीं तो नहीं, दैट्स ओके. बट या फॉलोइंग प्रभुपद is important, with or not following Prabhupada. But I want to, why I brought this up is not like for these technical questions. The whole point is that we should know what the whole purpose of getting a human life is. That next destination I should know, I should plan, I should work for it, right? And the highest one Krishna will tell us, and he'll also tell us the process, that how to live a life accordingly, right? Without even drastically going to the jungle and everything. That's something that he will tell us. That is the very powerful way that he's going to tell. That is something that we are looking for in these last in these last 10 shlokas. He'll tell us. Well, let's hear it from Krishna.
That's the day you get it.
No, today we are okay. At the end, I'll say it. Yes. 45th shloka. अदृष्टपूर्वं ऋषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन च प्रव्यहितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपम् प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास. हिंदी में नहीं है तो हिंदी. यस यस Mataji has it. Mataji has it. Okay.
पहले कभी न देखे गए आपके इस विराट रूप का दर्शन करके मैं पुलकित हो रहा हूँ, किंतु साथ ही मेरा मन भयभीत हो रहा है. अतः आप मुझ पर कृपा करें और हे देवेश, हे जगतनिवास, अपना पुरुषोत्तम भगवत स्वरूप पुनः दिखाएं.
After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened. But at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Please, therefore, bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. जगन निवास. वो बोल रहे हैं कि अदृष्ट पूर्वम, पहले पूर्व मतलब इससे पूर्व, अदृष्ट मैंने कभी ऐसा दृश्य नहीं देखा है, लेकिन ऐसे देखने के बाद ऋषितो स्मि दृष्टवा, ऋषितो कि मैं हर्षित हो रहा हूं, माई हार्ट इज ग्लैडेंड. भयेन च, लेकिन उसके बाद आई एम वेरी fearful also. Looking at this, I'm happy that I got to see one side of you. Just like that example that we gave of the army commando, right? Just imagine if you're home and full time you want to father, and full time if your father or your mother is basically throwing grenades at you, saying ratatatatat and doing things like that, how will you feel? Okay papa, okay mama, I get it, don't keep keep doing this all the time, just I need some love. I thoda like मेरे को खाना खिलाओ कुछ करो. That is something I want. Be a father. Why you do this all the time? I know you're a commander, right? So that is what it is. I'm so happy that I saw this side of you. I'm so happy, but this is because this side of you by definition is supposed to be scary. I'm very scared, right? This is like now I'm done. Okay, over. Now please come back to your original armed form. That is what he's saying, right? Very beautiful, but prayers that he said. Even in fear, a devotee says such nice words, right? डर में पूरे भयानक रूप में वो ऐसे हैं, and उसमें कितने जगन निवास है, he's saying, right? जगन निवास मतलब abode of the universe, सारे पूरे जगत की निवास हुआ. Very nice, right? Now he'll say कि उसमें भी उनको कौन सा रूप देखना है. He'll specifically say armed रूप, original रूप वैसे तो उनके साथ में ही खड़े हैं. In Krishna two armed form, he's standing, but he says he'll do chants पे dance. He'll do बहती गंगा में, he'll do that. What he'll do? He'll be like, I want to see another form of yours also. Now he'll say कि कौन सा फॉर्म देखना है, क्योंकि उनको पता है ओरिजिनल तो सामने खड़ा, वो तो देखने को मिलेगा मुझे, पर उससे पहले एक और देख लेता, राइट? इसका एक और रीजन भी है. फर्स्ट विल सी कि वो कौन सा रूप देखने को बोल रहे हैं. किरीटिनम गदीनम चक्रहस्तम इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते.
हे विराट रूप, हे सहस्त्रभुज भगवान, मैं आपके मुकुटधारी चतुर्भुज रूप का दर्शन करना चाहता हूँ, जिसमें आप अपने चारों हाथों में शंख, चक्र, गदा तथा पद्म धारण.
Wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. He wants to see him in the four-armed Vishnu form. Because जो universal form है वो ब्रह्म रूप है. You understand? जो universal form है वो ब्रह्म रूप है. It is the all pervading. तीन जो levels हैं वो कौन से आपको याद है जिससे हम भगवान को realize कर सकते हैं? First जो level है वो ब्रह्म है, which is all pervading, जो भगवान हर जगह है in his energy form. That is the universal form only. Is that okay to understand? Second क्या है? परमात्मा रूप. परमात्मा रूप में हमारे चार हाथ वाले भगवान जो चतुर्भुज में है विष्णु रूप में वो होते हैं. वो अब क्योंकि वो ही रह गए ना, हाँ वो भी देख चुके हैं, वो ही रह गए, तो अब कहते हैं मुझे वो दिखाते हुए अपने वापस रूप में. सो आई वॉन्ट टू सी दैट फॉर्म ऑफ योर्स विच इज हेलमेटेड, किरीट पहना है और हाथ में क्या क्या है? शंख, चक्र, गदा और पद्म. जो अगर आप कहीं भी देखो अलग अलग नाम होते हैं विष्णु के. देयर आर डिफरेंट नेम्स ऑफ विष्णु. अच्युत, देयर इज नारायण, देयर इज संकर्षण, देयर इज डिफरेंट names of the Lord. These different names, not of Krishna, of the Vishnu, the Chaturbhuj Vishnu रूप, right? उनके हाथ में क्या है उसके हिसाब से उनका नाम होता है. उनके सीक्वेंस, किस हाथ में गदा है, किस हाथ में चक्र है, किस हाथ में शंख है, किस हाथ में पद्म है, इसके हिसाब से किस सीक्वेंस में है, इसके हिसाब से उनके नाम बनते हैं. जैसे बोला मैंने अच्युत, ये पर्टिकुलर सीक्वेंस है उसका वैसे. एंड उनके अलावा भी देयर आर सम इन विच किसी एक हाथ में वो होगा, क्या बोलते हैं, बो. ये चार के अलावा भी किसी एक बार कभी कभी एक हाथ में बो होगा, कभी किसी हाथ में तलवार होगी. तो उस हिसाब से अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट इज इन द फोर आर्म्स, उस हिसाब से वो आप उनके नाम जानते हैं. So he is now asking to see that form of the Lord. There's a reason. एक तो first वाला reason है, the reason why he requested to see the universal form. That reason's anyway there, right? Because the devotee also always enjoys and relishes seeing different forms of the Lord. But there's another reason why. He's saying original form. He wants to see the original form of the Lord. What original relationship does Arjun enjoy with the Lord? As a friend, right? He wants to remind everybody that we can't directly be a friend, we can't directly have a intimate relationship with the Lord. Yes, that is the that is something that we want to go to, that is something we want to develop, but that is not something that we directly go to. Intermediate, there is a way where we think of the Lord, as God. नारायण जो स्वरूप है वो भगवान का एज अ भगवान स्वरूप है. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, you can't directly start treating the Lord prematurely कि नहीं अच्छा वो रिलेशनशिप करना है क्या तो मैं डेटी को जाके जप्पी पा दूं. नहीं, I can't do that. You can't treat the deity like that. You can't treat the Lord like that. The Lord is a Lord first. We have to purify ourselves through that process, and then naturally our relationship will reveal or develop itself. As a result of me purifying myself by engaging with the Lord as the Lord. This is the reason why they say कि चाहे आपके घर में डेटीज हो राधा कृष्ण के या लड्डू गोपाल के लाला लाली के या like these vigraha that we have, उनको हम राधा कृष्ण की तरह, उनका विग्रह तो राधा कृष्ण का है, बट अब इस स्टेज पे जब हम उनकी आराधना पूजा कर रहे हैं तब जो उनकी पूजा करनी चाहिए वो और जिस रूप से वो एक्सेप्ट करते हैं वो है लक्ष्मी नारायण के रूप में. वो अभी एक्सेप्ट लक्ष्मी नारायण के रूप में कर रहे हैं, ऐश्वर्य भाव में कर रहे हैं. वी हैव टू ट्रीट देम लाइक दैट विथ रिस्पेक्ट एज गॉड. Yeah, Narayan Vishnu is one. Narayan, one of the name Vishnu. लक्ष्मी नारायण के रूप में हम उनको पूजते हैं, मतलब वो एक्सेप्ट करते हैं. हम राधा कृष्ण को ही पूज रहे हैं, बट जो एक्सेप्टेंस है इस स्टेज पे, जब तक मेरा वो रिलेशनशिप डेवलप नहीं होता है, उस स्टेज तक आई हैव टू कीप द रिस्पेक्ट विद देम. आई कांट ट्रीट देम विद दैट प्रीमेच्योर इंटिमेसी. यस माता जी. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, respect and but is that the same form of Lakshmi Narayan?
They accept it in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan.
How does that? How do we interpret it as?
For us, so there's only one interpretation. Deity worship means no playing around. That's all. हाँ, ब्रजवासी को जब yeah. So for us the context is deity worship means under the guidance of devotees, under the guidance of Guru, and following the protocol. We have to follow protocol. Protocol for us, especially at home and even temple, deity worship का main दो pillar हैं. क्या है? Cleanliness and punctuality. These are the two main pillars of deity worship, right? Same time every day. Clean matlab clean. At home obviously we have different standards, but अगर temple standards अगर आप देखोगे, हम तो temple standards को भी नहीं follow कर पाएंगे, but temple जो है वो भी actual standards को follow नहीं कर सकता in today's time. जो actual शास्त्रिक standards हैं cleanliness के जो होने चाहिए, because cleanliness, remember, is not just external that the shastras ask. जो पूजा कर रहा है, जो अर्चना कर रहा है, वो उस स्टैंडर्ड का होना चाहिए कि अंदर का उसका जो चीज है वो पूरी तरह प्योरिफाई. इसीलिए ऑन द ऑल्टर ओनली ब्राह्मणस आर अलाउड, बिकॉज वी एक्सपेक्ट देम टू बी ऑन दैट लेवल, बट इन टुडेज टाइम ऑब्वियसली नोबडी इज. यस, यस. Actually, from a deity perspective, different deities have different ways to worship them. So in that sense, Gaunitai are very different. We are supposed to follow them, rules of everything, but they're very forgiving. In fact, अगर हम deity worship otherwise करें, deity worship से हमारा क्या होना चाहिए? Purification होना चाहिए ना. क्या होता है अगर हम deity worship करें without guidance, we'll end up accruing more aparad. इसको बोलते सेवा अपराध. We'll start accruing more aparad than purification, क्या फायदा होगा? That is why Gaurnita है very merciful, वो अपराध नहीं देखते. हाँ, अपराध का मतलब होता है मिस्टेक. Mistake can't be made purposefully. Yeah, that is हमारा sincere desire and effort होना चाहिए to follow everything. कुछ गलती हो जाए जो होंगे ही होंगी. At the end of deity worship we sing aparada sahas. At the end we sing that why? Because we know कि हमारे से गलती हुई होगी the Lord. But we also remember at the last कि संस्मृत्य कि इसको याद करते हुए कि आपने अर्जुन को बोला था कि अपराध शोधन उसको बोलते हैं मंत्र. I mean not everybody, I'm saying some sing. Yeah. Anyway, I'll go back to the verse. So the whole point of why he's saying he's asking to see Vishnu first before Krishna himself, 400 first before 200, is that please show me this, and then teaching us ki go through 400, not directly to 200. Go through respect, awe and reverence. Go through Vidhi Vidhan. Go through sadhana bhakti. Then spontaneous bhakti will come. The relationship will develop. Is that okay to understand? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I didn't know that it had got the Paramatma form in the
400 form. Yes.
now that changes lot.
Yeah. Late changes lot. So how does it change anything?
Because now he's been more serious.
He's very serious. He's very strict.
Like here we have God, we have somebody.
Yeah. He's very strict.
But now everything is like very
Paramatma is very strict.
formal now.
But good. It should be formal. Like should be formal. At our level, this is really correct understanding. Ki Krishna gets us in. Ki yeah, I am soft. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, I have a lot of love. But theek hai, once you've understood ki where you have to come to me, now you go through the formal training. Eye on the prize. Eye on the prize. Prize is what? Loving relationship with Krishna. By the way, this answers that question. That is the highest level that we have to go. Loving relationship with Krishna. Golok is where we have to go because we want to have that loving relationship. Eye on the prize, but because we have on the eye on the prize, we will be able to. That will motivate us to go through the strictness also. It has to motivate us to go through the strictness now. Yeah. Day to day is very simple, Mataji. Just do your sadhana. That's why it's called sadhana bhakti. Sadhana means practice. तपना पड़ेगा, इसको बोलते तपस्या. तपना पड़ेगा. तपना कैसे पड़ेगा? धूप में जाके नहीं, कैसे? जो बोला है वो करने का बस. 4 regulative principles, 16 rounds, ABCD sandwich program. It's very simple. Simple for the simple. Okay, 47. Now Bhagavan is saying something. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya prasannena tavarjunedam Rupam param darshitam atma yogat Tejomayam vishwamananta adyam Yanme tvatanyena na drishtapurvam.
भगवान ने कहा, हे अर्जुन, मैंने प्रसन्न होकर अपनी अंतरंगा शक्ति के बल पर तुम्हें इस संसार में अपने इस परम विश्व रूप का दर्शन कराया है. इसके पूर्व अन्य किसी ने इस असीम तथा तेजोमय आदि रूप को कभी नहीं देखा था.
My dear Arjun, happily do I show you the universal form within. He's saying, यार मैंने तो खुशी खुशी में दिखाया था, तुम डरे हुए हो. I showed you this happily. You too got scared. You asked me and I showed you happily, but you got scared. Then he says, within this material world, by my internal potency, मेरे खुद के. He's saying Atma Yoga. This is the special prerogative that the Lord has, God has. उनकी बस इच्छा करने की देरी होती है. He doesn't have to do anything, by the way. For example, आपको अगर अपना राइट हैंड उठाना है तो आप क्या करोगे? यूजुअली लोग आंसर करते हैं हम उठा देंगे। नहीं, आप क्या कर सकते हो? आपको राइट हैंड उठाएं आप सभी, हम राइट हैंड, ओके, 1 2 3 राइट हैंड, क्या? सो हमने उठा लिया, कोई तकलीफ हुई? नहीं हुई ना। क्यों? क्योंकि आपके पास राइट हैंड उठाने का अभी कर्मा बैलेंस था। मैंने आपसे थोड़ा खाली पीने में खर्च करवा दिया, बट आप पॉइंट समझ जाओगे तो ये खर्चा आपका वसूल हो जाएगा। कि अगर आपका हाथ उठाने कर लेना, आपने कुछ किया है नहीं, आपने बस विल किया, आपने आप बस वो ये विल कर सकते हो आप कि मुझे ये हाथ उठाना है। यू कैन ओनली विल, नॉट थिंक। यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से? विल इट, कि ये मुझे हाथ उठाना है। अब आप ये विल करो कि आपको उड़ना है। विल करो, करो विल, उड़ना है। नहीं है ना, नहीं उड़ पाओगे। जिस दिन हम बूढ़े होते हैं ना, जिस दिन हम बूढ़े होना शुरू होते हैं, बॉडी हमें बताना शुरू कर देती है। धीरे धीरे हम लिम्प करेंगे, धीरे धीरे चश्मे लगेंगे, धीरे धीरे जितना हम खाते थे उतना पाचन नहीं होएगा। जिस दिन ये होना शुरू होना, डोंट रेजिस्ट इट। पाचन नहीं हो रहा है, जबरदस्ती, मैं तो खाना तो मैंने उतना ही है। हाँ, चूरन, ये डॉक्टर बता दो। अरे नहीं, द बॉडी इज ट्राइंग टू टेल यू समथिंग, बॉडी इज ट्राइंग टू टेल यू, हो गया अभी, यू गोइंग नाउ। बॉडी टेल्स यू फ्रॉम अ लॉन्ग टाइम कि रिमेंबर व्हाट्स गोना कम, रिमेंबर व्हाट्स गोना कम। बाल झड़ जाएंगे, कान सुनना कम हो जाएगा, दांत एक एक करके। हम क्या करने में, हमारा सारा ध्यान इस पर, बारे बाल झड़ रहे हैं, ऐसा क्या लगाऊं कि ये वापस आ जाए, ऐसा क्या करूं कि मुझे और देखना है, और जीना है, और खाना है, और सुनना है। इसी को मैं हजामत उसका करने में लगे रहता हूं। यू नो, देयर इज अ वेरी फेमस वर्स, नॉट वर्स, सेइंग कि टाइटैनिक पे don't try and bolt the furniture onto Titanic. It's of no use. You understand the meaning of it? टाइटैनिक ना डूब रहा है, उसकी चेयर वेयर हिले ना करके आप उसको चिपकाने की, एक जगह बोल्ट करने की कोशिश मत करो। करोगे भी तो क्या होगा, ये वैसे डूब रहा है। इसमें अपना वो मत लगाओ कि अरे ये शैंडलियर तो हिल रहा है, इसको मैं सीधा करने की ऐसे पकड़ रख लेता हूं। नो बडी, योर द होल शिप इज सिंकिंग नाउ। Think of the lifeboat and think of where you're going to go after that. Don't try and mend your sinking ship. Take care of whatever has to be done, you do that. Don't overdo it. Is that okay to understand? The body is trying to tell you something. Listen to it and increase the urgency of what you're supposed to do. Is that okay to understand? I was saying this for something. Yeah, our will is that, right? Krishna's will is very different. He just has to will something, वो हो जाता है. Because he is God, that's all. Because he is God, as a definition of God, whatever he wills, just, and that's what he's saying कि आत्म योगात, just by my internal potency मैंने ये दिखा दी, मुझे बस मन के तुमको दिखाने का, तुमने बोला मुझे मन के दिखाने और तुमने देख लिया. He didn't have to, you understand what I'm trying? ये बहुत important, like मुझे ये बहुत interesting point इसलिए लगा था because the person who I was hearing, he said कि you know he didn't have to go, अच्छा अरे तुमने ये मांग लिया क्या, यूनिवर्सल फॉर्म देखने का रिक्वेस्ट कर लिया क्या तुमने, अभी मुझे तैयारी करनी पड़ेगी, like I have to go somewhere, ये सारे एलिमेंट्स इकट्ठा करने पड़ेंगे, something no, he didn't have to do anything. He asked, he willed, that's all. That shows that he is God. Is that okay to understand? Yeah. No one before you has ever seen this unlimited, glaringly effulgent form. We've discussed how Duryodhan had seen it before, Yashoda Mai seen it before, but he is telling him कि ये वाला जो रूप था, because actually Krishna is unlimited, so his universal form is also unlimited. जो दुर्योधन को दिखाया था वो different element था, ये वाले जो elements अर्जुन को दिखाए हैं, he's saying this has not been shown to, he is trying to appease his devotee, he's trying to say कि तेरे को जो दिखाया है मैंने, yeah, I've shown you something special, trying to make him happy about it. वो डरा हुआ ना, तो पहले you don't worry, you know this experience, horror movie देख के आप ऐसे हो, ये क्या कर दिया तूने मेरे साथ, you never told me this is a horror movie. No, who hates, anybody who doesn't like horror movies here? Yeah. So, and someone takes you by force, or like a roller coaster, right? They don't tell you before and they just take you before. Then you'll be like, ये क्या कर दिया, then you'll be like, नहीं मजा आया ना, you know, तुझे वहां पे हाँ मजा तो आया, डरे हुए, you know, saying something like that. So similarly what he's trying to do that. 48. न वेद यज्ञ धयनेर न दानैर न च क्रियाभिर न तपोभिर उग्रै एवं रूप शक्य अहम नृलोके द्रष्टुम त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीरा. This and the subsequent shlokas are very important. Yeah, 11th chapter hai. This is going to be the penultimate chapter in the Bhakti Yoga section. इसके बाद एक ही chapter बचा. He is now wrapping it up. Right? He's saying हिंदी में मत. Yes.
हे कुरुक्षेत्र, तुमसे पूर्व मेरे इस विश्व रूप को किसी ने नहीं देखा, क्योंकि मैं ना तो वेदाध्ययन के द्वारा, न यज्ञ, दान, पुण्य या कठिन तपस्या के द्वारा इस रूप में, इस संसार में देखा जा सकता हूँ.
He's saying, "O best of Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of." In fact, because he showed it to him, because of him, बहुत सारे अन्य देवी देवताओं को भी दिखे उस टाइम पे. But without Arjun, उनको नहीं दिखते. Because of only Arjun, Krishna showed it to him. Why is that? He's saying, by neither studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charities, nor, he's saying, नच क्रियाभिर, क्रिया से नहीं, तप से नहीं, दान से नहीं, यज्ञ से नहीं, तो कैसे? या बहुत सारे संस्थाएं हैं, बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो सोचते हैं कि यज्ञ करने से हमें टॉप मोस्ट चीज मिल जाएगी. कृष्ण इज वेरी इजीली सेइंग हियर, यज्ञ करने से, वेद पढ़ने से मैं नहीं मिलूंगा. विल नॉट बी एबल टू सी दिस.
बट विल बी जो लोग यज्ञ करते हैं उनका मेन पर्पस भगवान को देखना या पाना नहीं है. They need the opulence of Krishna.
Yeah, they'll get that. Opulence they'll get. What is there in that? Krishna, if you actually, people say bhakti is the hardest thing that Krishna never imparts bhakti very easily. It's very dear to him. If you go to Krishna, or in fact the Devi Devta, they'll be like, हाँ दे दो ये दे दो. Bhakti is doesn't give it as easily. Because if you give bhakti, he becomes controlled by you. God becomes controlled by you. Material things are कि दे दो इसको. It's okay, doesn't matter, right? But he's saying neither by studying, na yajna se, na dan se, na kriya se. There are many people who do kriyas. You'll not get God by that. You might get other things, as you said, not God. Yes, Mansi. Anybody?
Then you have told us
Yeah, not this element. He's not shown these elements, different elements. He has many elements to show. He's shown some, but to Arjun he's shown a very special one. Virat Roop only, but Virat Roop has many elements in it, right? Okay. Nor by charities, not dan se. or similar activities can this form be seen? Only you have seen this. Why is that? Krishna has already said this before. मैं तुम्हें ये सारी चीजें क्यों बता रहा हूँ? क्योंकि भक्तोसी प्रियोसी में, you are my devotee. भक्तोसी में प्रियोसी में, प्रियोसी में. He said, you're dear to me. You're my devotee. Hence, I'm telling you all of this. He said this at this beginning of the Bhakti Yoga section in the 7th chapter. Because that you're Anusuya. First, he said Anusuya, that you're without envy to me, and second, because you're my devotee. That's why I'm trying to tell you all this. Only you have seen this. Then he brings in something very important. 49. Mathe vyatha ma cha vimudha bhavo दृष्ट्वा रूपम घोरमिदृन्ममेदम् विपेतभिप्रीतमना पुनस्त्वम् तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
तुम मेरे इस भयानक रूप को देखकर अत्यंत विचलित एवं मोहित हो गए हो. अब इसे समाप्त करता हूँ. हे मेरे भक्त, तुम समस्त चिंताओं से पुनः मुक्त हो जाओ. तुम शांत चित्त से अब अपना इच्छित रूप देख सकते हो.
Your mind has now been perturbed upon seeing this horrible feature of mine. Let it be finished, my devotee. Be free from all disturbance. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. जो तुमने मांगा है, वो भी मैं दिखाऊंगा. But okay, this might be the last verse that we do today. But he'll say some things in the subsequent ones. There are like only 5 or 6 verses left. But जो हमने पिछले वाले में बोला कि क्या क्या से नहीं मिलेंगे, वेद पठन से, यज्ञ से, दान से, क्रिया से, तप से, इनसे नहीं मिलेंगे. तो ये ना करें, ना करें. A person who does this may not see Krishna everywhere or in everything that they do. But a person who is a devotee of Krishna, अगर वो वेद पढ़े तो उसको वेद के हर पन्ने में कौन देखेगा? अगर वो यज्ञ करे तो उसको यज्ञ के हर in all results of the yajna, who will he or she be seeing? Krishna. Yajna is one of the names of Krishna himself, right? If that person does dana, just charity, a Krishna conscious person does charity, that will yield the highest kind of result for the person receiving charity, right? For a person doing kriya, we do kriya, by the way, we do all of these as Krishna, as part of the Krishna conscious path. We do all of this. Don't we read Vedic literature? Of course we do. We are reading right now Veda Sar, Gita पढ़ रहे हैं अब हम. यज्ञ नहीं करते हैं, करते हैं. अभी स्टार्टिंग में किया. It's called संकीर्तन यज्ञ. कीर्तन करने को क्या बोलते हैं? संकीर्तन यज्ञ. That is the highest kind of yajna that there is, right? दान नहीं करते हम, of course करते हैं. Food for life happens. Food for life, you understand? Yeah? जो प्रसाद वितरण होता है, यूजली लोग जो कर्मकांड में करते हैं उसको बोलते हैं, they call it अन्नदान. But we do प्रसाद का दान, प्रसाद वितरण, not even दान. It's called प्रसाद वितरण. That is engaging. That's the highest kind of दान that you can do. Right? People distribute scriptures, right? Kriya. Don't we do Kriya as part of deity worship? We also do Kriya. We also do. We do Dhyana also. We do Kriya also. Dhyan, we do mantra meditation. We do jap. Right? तपोभिर, क्या हम तपस्या नहीं करते? 4 रेगुलेटिव प्रिंसिपल्स फॉलो करना, वो क्या है? तपस्या नहीं है इस वर्ल्ड में. वर्ल्ड में तपस्या है. जो पूरी दुनिया, the whole world is running after those 4 things, and we are saying don't do them. How hard is it? Very hard, very difficult to do. But that is our tapasya. To come and sit in class is tapasya. To shravan is tapasya. Our minds are not built for it. Our bodies are not built for it. Our Kali Yuga minds are not built for it. We are easily bored, easily distracted, easily sleepy, not easily convinced. This is tapasya. We do all of it, but the center of it all is Krishna. A person who is a devotee, when they do such things, it yields the highest results. But a person who is not a devotee, when they do such things, they can't have the vision of Krishna. That is what Krishna is saying here. Is that okay? Can I stop here? Yes.
Kriya Yoga.
Yes.
Kriya Yoga.
Yeah.
For us, Kriya is Rupa Bhavati, Archana Mandanam.
Yeah. Archanam. Yes.
So, Kriya Yoga, people who do yoga,
Yeah.
and they think they're heading towards God.
It's unfortunate. They're being cheated. If they want to really go to God, by the way, because not everybody who's doing Kriya Yoga wants to go to God also. If you ask them, they'll say, I want peace in my life. No, some of them, for example, Ashtanga Yoga, people are doing it for bodily fitness. They'll get it. They'll get it. Mental fitness, they'll get it. No problem. Not everybody is doing it for that purpose as well. But people who are wanting that, but they're doing that, they're getting misled.
So if a person like us does yoga,
Yeah.
so like doing yoga, what do we think? Like, I mean, we're doing it for the fitness of the body.
Do it.
For the service.
So that I can do service. Yeah. That's all. I'm keeping my body fit so that I can serve the Lord as much as possible.
So if you're taking the time of your japa,
Yeah. No, then you can't. That's over endeavor. That's called over endeavor. That's bolting the chair to the Titanic. Because out of the two, only one will ultimately save you. So you do that first, and then you do this as well. Yeah. Anusmarena. Okay.
First you do your
Smaran, yeah.
and then you can do your prescribed duties.
Right. Yes.
Not that you do your prescribed duties and then
Yeah. Because if you, I mean, out of the two, if you have to choose, it comes to push and shove, and you have to choose. You have to do your spiritual duty first. Ideally, you have to do both together. Ideally, but if it comes to push and shove, first priority that, because if you give priority the other one, it is not going to yield the best result. A person who's done all their material duties A1 level tak, but has compromised on their spiritual duty, at the end they'll actually fall down. But a person who circumstantially could not do their material duties properly, but has done their spiritual duties fully, for them there is no loss. Ideally speaking, we should do both together. A person who neglects one for the other is not considered Arya, not considered an intelligent, civilized person.
I had that same thought.
Yeah.
So for yoga, anything health related, it is so that our body is fit enough that we can serve God. And I had that same feeling in Vrindavan when we did the
Parikrama, yeah.
My leg is hurting and I have like back problem and all. And when I was like, I'll do it. And then for 2 hours we were walking, and during it I started feeling pain.
Mhm.
But then the thought came ki, ठीक है ना, like abhi pain aa bhi gaya, and if I lose my leg also, then what am I saving it for anyway? Like this is what it's supposed to be used for, and it's getting used for it.
Yeah.
So what's the point of saving it?
Yeah, yeah. The thought was very nice, but you know what the bhav is very nice actually, that we're engaging the body in what it's supposed to be doing. But yeah, not on the cost of health. That's all. Not the cost of health.
Like I did rest and all.
Yeah.
But I wasn't worried and scared.
Yeah, because the thought is, this body is a gift of the Lord. This mind is a gift of the Lord. I have to take care of it so that I can use it for the Lord. We still take, right now I don't even think we take care of it enough. अब तो हम वो भी, that level is also gone कि body का Lord word छोड़ो कि use it for the Lord, वो तो अलग चीज है. Now I'm not even taking care of the body. Now I'm like, I don't care, अभी सस्ता मजा ले लेता हूँ, this one moment of thrill I'll just take, body गई भाड़ में. I'm not kidding. This is how we're living. Each night, by the way, this is so basic. To come to think of it, Prabhupada has really saved us, because he's taught us how to first be human, just to take care of the body, what to eat, what time to sleep, what time to wake up. Who teaches all this? Nobody teaches all this. They say, yeah, early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Who is doing it? Full civilization, the more advanced the civilization, the worse the body that is going, more body and mind. Because it's not teaching us what to do. It's very basic. Just sleep, sundown, sleep. Sun goes down, eat before that, sleep after that. Before sunrise, get up. So simple. Yeah, everything. Yeah.
सुबह उठ के 6 बजे माला करना है, तो रात को अगर 1 भी बज गया तो कोई बात नहीं।
Correct. Yeah. Actually, we can blame all the apps or everything. They have definitely made it easier for us to bloop from our discipline. But it's if a person is जिसका mindset और motivation and eye on the prize है, उसको कोई distract नहीं कर सकता. पहले भी तो distracted लोग होते थे. जब नेटफ्लिक्स नहीं था तब भी डिस्ट्रैक्टर था. टीवी था. टीवी से पहले some people used to go for some theater or whatever it was. Idea is, what is your motivation and where is your prize? Where is your eye on the prize? If your eye is on the prize, wherever you are, whatever situation, you'll be disciplined. Yeah, can I stop here? Yes, ठीक है. श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गुरु महाराज की, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की. हरे कृष्णा.